Alrighty guys, I'm here to give you all a quick recap of my do-it-yourself bow fishing setup that I created myself. I didn't use no welding, no prior electrical knowledge before this, just straight up learning how to do it with YouTube. So for mine, I wanted to run mine to a 12-volt battery just because it's what I had laying around. So the lights that I got were these little, they're $19 from Amazon. The QUANS LED lights. They're 20 watts each, pulling about 1.7 amps per light. I got the warm white because here in Kentucky, I'm going to be doing this mainly on the Ohio River, and we've got some muddier water, so that's why I chose that. So what I did basically was I went to Lowe's, I bought all of this galvanized aluminum. I got two 8-foot poles and just cut them into a 3-foot sets, and I got 18 inches here and here as my sides. From there I just took a drill and drilled holes down, drilled holes through here. I've got a it's a tracker grizzly boat here, so it's got this tracker system, so I just drilled those, or just slid those in through there. Was able to drill through there to connect these. They're nice and sturdy. So then I decided, once I got them all mounted, I kind of took on the project of how I was going to run the electrical. Like I said, I had zero knowledge of how to wire really anything before this. Just kind of looked at 12-volt battery diagrams on YouTube and stuff like that. Didn't see too much. I hadn't seen like an actual instructional video of where someone had started from scratch and done the whole thing, so I decided I would start that. So what I did was I looked up the type of wire that comes with the lights, and it looks like it was the closest thing I could find was a 16 gauge wire right here, 25 feet. I ended up using 2 of them. I barely got into this one, so I probably used 30 feet, but I got that just at my local Lowe's. Once I ran that to each, I did red to red, black to black, from that light to that light to that light to that light to that light, to then down to my switch, to then to my battery. My switch, as you can see, is also homemade. So what I wanted was to get something that looked like this, because I didn't want to have to drill and cut a hole down into my boat. Turns out that is something that's actually aftermarket. And so I went to my local hardware store, kind of told them what I wanted to do. Literally just bought a metal box, cut a hole in the middle of it, ran my switch, got this right here. Something I forgot to mention earlier is that I did not go with the marine grade 16 gauge wire. Just from some of the people that I talked to, they said that it might not be 100% necessary, plus it was really hard for me to find here in Kentucky. So that's kind of why I decided not to do it. So I ran all of those together down to this switch, which I can just flip on, flip off, can control it. Right now I've only got 5 lights running. I just kind of wanted to see how long it would last. So last night I went out for a couple hours, went out for probably 2.5, 3 hours where I had the lights on, and they did not, the way I ran it, not this light down here closest to the battery, was the exact same light that came out of this one all the way down here on the end. I know sometimes, depending on the way you wire them, the one closest to the battery and the one farthest away can actually end up putting out a different brightness, but that was not the case with mine. So let me flip these on here, show you guys kind of what they look like on before it gets too dark out here to where they get super bright. But as you can see, that's it. All works. I haven't exactly locked these down too tight yet. I can. I still am kind of figuring out at what angle I want them to be at. So yeah, leave any comments below, or if you think I can make some improvements, I would love to hear about it. One small thing I did was run this corrugated plastic around all of my wiring, just to kind of help with some of the water splashing up and keep it a little more safe. But yeah, this is my do-it-yourself bow fishing setup. Like I said, no prior knowledge on how to do any of this. I literally used a hand saw to cut this metal, or this aluminum. You can tell it's real jagged. I just love bow fishing, so I decided I was just going to figure out a way to do it. Thanks.